But then...
They're going to break and go in the wood. They're getting into the trees. I can't go in there, it's too rough.
And even though Hammond had four-wheel drive, it turned out he couldn't go in there either.
I'm beached.
And by the time James had pulled him out...
3, 2, 1, action!
Our 4 cows had wandered off.
Sit rep. We found 4 cows and we lost them.
So, what chance would we have when we found 4,000?
Right. Now this is the biggest flock of cows I have ever seen in my entire life.
Our job was to get them all turned round and then herd them into a giant pen which was 10 kilometres away. A pretty tall order for 3 cars like these.
It's like Zulu watching them coming towards us.
Here we go.
Has anyone got any plans? Because I haven't.
Hammond suggested we break the herd into smaller chunks, but that didn't work at all.
They're going in completely the wrong direction now.
Oh, now they've come. How they? What? They've gone. They're just going round me. They're not really scared of me.
Yeah, I'm in the middle. I've been herding by the cows. It's all gone wrong. Clarkson, where the hell are you?
I am now in cow dust. I can see nothing.
Okay, they're charging me. This is unexpected. They're running towards me.
We're in the middle of the cows. We've been outwitted by cows.
Nice cows. Morning cows. That ball's menacing me.
This is a remarkably brave cow. It won't be pushed back into line at all. Well, when I say cow, I mean massive bull. Look, I may need some help here. This guy is properly stubborn. I shall call you James May.
He fears the Nissan more.
As it turned out, that wasn't entirely accurate.
He's headbutting me.
Aww. He headbutted your Datsun.
Meanwhile, back in the Bentley... Clearly, things weren't going well, so we made a decision.
I think there are too many for us.
Well, yes.
We need the cavalry.
And 10 minutes later, it arrived.
One of the most dangerous jobs in the world, finding Robinson helicopters to muster the cattle. On average, around about 8 are killed every year. Sometimes they will use the skids to actually push the cows into line.
With the air cav as backup, we started to get our act together.
Hammond, you're the rough terrain response, and I'm the quick response.
That's good, that's good. Channeling in, I'll drive them forwards.
Flanking.
Go on, go left.
I was riding my horse.
Braking right.
Good work, Hammond. Good work. That Bentley going across that field is a sight to behold. Look at its wheels.
Soon, we realised something.
Oh, there you go. Look at that.
For once, Top Gear was being ambitious and not rubbish.
Pretty manly. I feel like one of those bulls.
That was a lot of fun.
It was.
And these cars, better than horses.
Nobody fell off.
Yeah.
But, can we just stop for a moment? The amazing thing, the cars survived it. Nothing broke, all three.
It's fantastic. And if Nissan, well, actually, or Bentley or BMW, if they made a laptop, I'd buy it.
Yeah. You could throw a Nissan laptop in the laboratory, do a log on it, and you'd still be able to log on it. You would. Anyway, we must now decide which of these cars is the best.
Well, I'm not backing down. It's the Bentley.
I'm not backing down. It is this Nissan.
James, sorry, mate. You are just wrong. The Nissan GT, it has a whiff of the Nürburgring. No, it's not just a whiff of the Nürburgring. It reeks of it. Your clothes will smell of it 6 weeks after you've been in it.
It's better than it smelling of Ryan Giggs' bathwater.
It's a Bentley. Think what that means.
I'll tell you what it means, Hammond. It means it is £66,000 more expensive than this.
Yes, because that's a Nissan. That's a Bentley.
Yeah, exactly. It's a Nissan, and when you strip everything off this Nissan, you find underneath a racing car. When you strip all the stuff off of that Bentley, underneath it is a VW.
If we strip all of the stuff off you, we'd find underneath the same basic skeleton as you would find in a racing driver. But when we put it all back on as we must to make you James May, you're James May! That's the wrong car!
Yes, but Hammond, if we stripped everything off of you, we'd find the same skeleton that you have in a racing driver when he was a little boy. But when you put it all back together, you're still Richard Hammond.
You in that GTR is like you in those shoes. Ridiculous!
Says the man in the jacket woven out of 100% pure 1935.
That was designed very specifically for a purpose, to feel good on the ragged edge of performance. You're not going to do that.
You have a watch that can go to the moon. You're never going to go to the moon. They don't make moon boots in your size, but you like having that watch because it means it is a good watch, and it's the same with the car. You're just being... Oh. Thank you.
And you've got a, like a... baby one.
Gentlemen, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to interrupt at this point, because the fact of the matter is, by any measurable means you choose, the BMW is the best car.
What?
But I wouldn't buy one.
Well, why?
Because fast, expensive BMWs plummet in value as soon as you buy them. You buy one of those, within 18 months, you're going to lose £45,000. And as a Yorkshireman, I just couldn't handle that, really couldn't.
That means you have to choose one of these.
I know. I find myself now with the casting vote. The problem I have is, okay, I'm at the precise age when I'm growing out of the Nissan and into the Bentley. That's the problem I've got.
And that is why you should have this. The Nissan will help you rage against the dying of the light.
Rather than any of that, you can grow old gracefully and in comfort in the Bentley, which is a great place to be. It's got quilted leather in there.
Look at that. And quilted leather is what an incontinence sheet looks like if you look at it under a microscope.
I have made up my mind. Right now, I've made up my mind. I'm going to ditch my Yorkshireness, not care about the depreciation, go for the beam.
We never change our mind.
It's breathtaking, that car. And on that bombshell, it's time to end. Thank you so much for watching. See you next week. Good night!